This is Bart Scott with another episode of Ballin on a Budget presented by Educore Sports and Entertainment. Today we have a very special guest. I like to call him my little brother. You may call him Jameel McClain. I tell you what, man, I'm so excited to have you on the show today to really just share some experiences and give some financial wisdom out here to the people that's tuning in. Welcome, brother.
For sure, man. Thanks for having me, man. Like I always say, when Big Bro call, I come running, man. We got to make sure.
Absolutely, man. Let's take it back, man, because when I first met you, you came back. It was you and our good friend Edgar Jones. You guys was like shake and bake always together, man. Shout out to Edgar. And you guys came in as undrafted free agents, man.
Yep.
And one of those stories that they would tell you guys was about myself because I was fresh in the game, but I was a undrafted free agent. I think Ozzie used me and my career trajectory and my growth to be able to give y'all nothing for signing bonus. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah, my bad. I apologize. Listen, I was just looking for an opportunity. At least you went to a D1 school. I was D1 AA. You know what Brian Billy used to call us? He used to call us D1 double slap dicks. You know what I mean? So I was seen, not heard, man. But coming in that way, that means that you didn't have the financial security and stability.
Right.
And how did that affect the way you viewed money and every check you got coming into the league?
Well, I mean, first, man, we got to start with the most important part, like the Ravens being able to offer up a primetime example like yourself, you know, someone that started from the bottom, played the game at a high level, and was on his way to keep making money in this industry, you know. So that was something that made this organization interesting to me in itself, their ability to be able to find talent and also be able to find character people. So I consider that a compliment. But in regards to how I view money, like, to me, I grew up homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up living off of $2. Like, these are real facts, sleeping on park benches, Salvation Army. So the NFL money had never impressed me. Like, it was never something that was going to move me. I wasn't going to lose my mind over it because I knew what the bottom was like. If somebody else didn't know what the bottom felt like, I knew exactly what it felt like. So I always told myself I was never going to go back there. So just having those living examples of people that were successful on the field and off the field, and some of the things that they did to try to help expand their career, that was really what interested me the whole time.
Now, when we were there, we had some guys that had some businesses. Peter Bower had his car businesses. Ray had his Full Moon.
Right.
We had licensed his name out. You know, at what point in your career did you start getting this entrepreneur spirit? Because we know now that you're a business owner.
Yeah. And,
you know, you still are in charge of engagement with the players and player development.
Yeah.
But when did you first get that itch? Like, you know what? I'm going to be an owner. I'm going to be my own boss.
Right. To be honest, man, it started with me in college. My senior year, you know, and then we went into the league, and I got a financial advisor. It was one of the second thing I did. I got an agent, then I got a financial advisor. And what we did was we charted out a plan. You know, what we did was we called it a pyramid. Like, this is where you're going to start. This is going to be your first tier. This is your second tier. This is going to be your third tier. And your third tier, where you want to end up, is you want to be your own boss. You want to be your own owner. You want to run your businesses the way that you want to be a reflection of you. So I really just followed the baseline of the plan that I created in the beginning. You know, fortunately for me that I was disciplined. I was able to stay disciplined to it. If I teetered off, because teetering off is real, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's possible. But if I teetered off, I didn't go so far from the plan that it was impossible for me to get back, you know. So shout out to my financial advisor for doing that and working with me through that process. And it really just helped me get to the point that I'm at now where I'm able to open up gyms, retro fitnesses. I'm able to open up salons, Selfish, where we'll be franchising them ourselves, which is our plan. I'm able to do real estate. You know, I'm able to put my toe into the nightclub industry. You know, I'm able to do so many things because I created that foundation from day one. And that was really just a conversation and checking myself and consistently hold myself accountable.
Well, you gave a shout out to your financial advisor, but what was the process? Because a lot of guys out there say, hey, well, I want to get a financial advisor. I think I need a CPA. But we all know that it's not good ones out there. So what was some of the characteristics you were looking for when you're trying to find a financial advisor and really put a strong financial team around you?
Yeah, like we're putting together my team in general, like conversations and credibility is always big with me, right? Like if you do one person wrong, I'll be able to find somebody else that you did something wrong too. So I really just check my resources. I check their resources, and I spend a lot of time just analyzing people, seeing if this is the right situation for me, seeing what they're telling me. I remember I came out And before I even got drafted, I was meeting with an advisor, and the advisor was telling me, you just give me $15,000 a year, and I'll handle your money. And I was like, $15,000? I ain't even make the team yet, bro. Right. Like, how am I going to do that? But he was adamant on that made sense to him for him to handle my money. So I was like, all right, $15,000. Let me do my research. Why would I get this man $15,000? Right. What is he doing? And I found out. Excuse my language, but you got to be able to read through the bullshit, and that's your job to do that, to read through it. So I was able to find my guy, and it was just a good fit. You know what I mean? He was working where he was working. We clicked together. You know what I mean? Our direction, like our path was going in the same direction, and we was going to be able to grow together and hopefully expand on it a little bit more. So that was really how it worked for me. It was checking my resources and checking their resources.
Now, what role did your agent play in that? Did your agent get involved? Did he suggest anybody? Because I'm assuming that he had other clients as well.
Yeah.
Or did he not want to get involved because if this guy turned out to be not a good guy, then that would implicate him, and then sometimes it's not the fact.
Right. I've always heard from veterans when I was younger, and I'm one of those people that I don't need to touch the pot to know it's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody else tell me, yo, this pot is hot.
No,
I'm like,
no,
brother. It's hot. It's cool. I'm all right. I'm not going to touch it. Yeah. So I always listen to information. And sometimes you get good information and you get bad information. But like I said, it's your job to sort it.
All right. What's the best information you ever got? What's the worst advice you ever got?
The worst advice I've ever gotten? I mean, shoot, I had somebody wanted to invest. They wanted me to invest like $50,000 my first year in the league when I really didn't have $50,000 into this taxi company idea, and they never drove a car. They didn't know what the licensing was. They didn't know anything.
Right.
But they just wanted $50,000 because they knew me.
Yeah.
The best advice I've ever gotten, and I still kick myself over it to this day, was I had an opportunity to invest in sweet greens. And I didn't invest in sweet greens.
Same guy. We know the same guy. Jeff, right? Edgar got still with him, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got me in another deal, though. It didn't work out so well. So
it didn't work out too well, but he got me in another one, and he paid me back on that one. But I never did the sweet greens. And it was I say it was a bad idea. It was good advice that I didn't take, but it was the right timing for me, right?
Right.
Like I couldn't give
it's tough,
$250,000 at that point in my career, my first year going into my second year.
Yeah.
So I made a calculated decision, but it's a
risk. You can't win them all. You can't win them all,
right? You can't win every battle, but that was one of them that I said was good that I didn't do, but I still did my due diligence, and I made the decision that I thought was best.
Now, we came out. Now, this is sponsored by Educor, right? And we're fortunate enough to come out and speak to some of the young guys.
Right.
You've not only played and been in the locker room, but now you're seeing the evolution of the locker room.
Yeah.
What's the difference between these young guys and the old guys that you played with and grew up with?
I mean, like you said, man, playing with the Ravens for 7 years and then getting a chance to go on with the Giants, man, it was an honor, but making that transition into player engagement is a complete credit to, once again, Ozzie Newsome and Eric DeCosta's ability to see talent, different talent, and this was a field that I think I can flourish in and continue to help people. But one of the biggest things that's different about guys back then were like, wow. And that was just my time. I could imagine when you was a rookie some of the things that you've seen, man. But these guys,
these walls can talk, right? But actually, we can talk about it. But I don't know if this is right. This is financial. Yeah, we can't talk about that one time at band camp.
That one time at band camp. No, man. But guys these days, man, they're smart, man, and they really want the information. It's a good and a bad, right? Because they walk into the door and they're thinking about exiting. You know what I mean? Well, back in the day, guys was walking in the door. They was like,
"Play to
the
wheels
fall off.
I'm
ever getting out of this." Yeah. But guys now, they're so smart that they're preparing themselves for their future. And I think we'll see the rate turn around to the guys that end up going broke and all of these other things because they just have more information and they're using it.
Yeah. The biggest indication to me is when I walk in the locker room or when I walk in the facility or drive up in the facility and I see the cars, right? Because I remember the era where it was like everybody was competing. We always say keep the competition on the field, but, we were competing about everything, right? We were competing about who got the best shoes, who got the best chain. Everybody came in with either the RJ chain, the initial chain, or the number chain with diamonds on it. Just wasting money, overspending, not even understanding the value of what a diamond is and how much it was overpriced, marked up 300%. Guys had fake diamonds. You remember Nas had the pennant that he paid $100,000 for was really worth $30,000, and he sued the jeweler. You know, that's what life was like when I got in the league, and it still was wilding out when you got there. And now I come out and I look at the parking lot. I don't see Bentleys, Ferraris. I see like pickup trucks. And that's a credit to you. Pat yourself on the back. I see trucks, and I see pickup trucks, Hellcats. You know, I see cars that's well under like $80,000, man, and that's a testament because I feel like now it's cool to like save your money. Yeah. It's cool to be smart. It's cool to build your brand. It's cool to move forward. You know, but with that being said, it's still guys. I feel like the young guys that don't get it. You look at some guys that have made bad strides. You look at Josh Gordon. You look at guys like Randy Gregory who has tarnished their brand where they won't be able to make that smooth transition. See, you made sure you didn't burn any bridges. You came in and you kept your brand clean. You were a hard worker. You were a professional. And now I look at what everybody else is doing. You know, the fact that Eric DeCoste and all those guys invited you back because they saw talent in you. And that's one thing I had to learn. I had to learn sometimes you don't see what other people see in you, but if you trust their opinion, then you have to value it because – sometimes we limit ourselves. We have tunnel vision about ourselves and what we can do. Did you ever think that you would be back here when you post-career, that you would be back at the Ravens facility in this type of capacity?
I never thought it. Like I didn't even envision it. It wasn't even on my board at all. You know, when we got done with football, we were saying, okay, we're coming back to Baltimore. We're going to do these businesses. We're going to try to be the best that we can be in that, and then figure out what next was. And next came faster than I thought. But like you said, I've always believed in just being true to me. Like I never felt the need to be anyone else. Like I never felt the pressure to have to try to look like I was balling. Like I can recall one time we went to a party. It was a birthday party of one of our teammates, and you was there. It was everybody there. And I remember the valet line. Like to me, this was like vivid because it was my rookie year, right? Like everybody. Valet was Bentleys, Ferraris, Valet, Rolls. Like it was crazy, right? So they was like, "Where you want me to park your car?" And at that time I had a Crown Vic. I was like, "Park my car in the front." Like what
park with everybody else.
Park with everybody else.
It ain't the ride, is what I got in my pocket.
You know what I mean? It's who I am. So I think that's what would help me.
Did the window work? Could you let the window down?
Bro.
The motor was broken.
We had to pull that. Pull it back up. It was old school, man. But I'm just saying, like, I think that personality is what helped Baltimore connect with me, and that's who I continue to
comfortable in your skin.
Just I'm good being me, and I really genuinely care about people because I know how hard it is. Yeah. So that's why I invested in this community. When I left, we made sure we doubled the numbers for our events. And everywhere I touched, we did it in New York. We did it in Philly. We do it here. Yeah. And we still one of the fastest growing foundations in the Baltimore area.
Yeah.
So
speak about that because we bump into each other. Yeah, I'm working up in New York, and we bump with each other every time during Thanksgiving time because you have your event that you've been going with the 53 Foundation.
Yep, 53 families.
53 families, and I come down with the Bart Son Never Forgets Foundation, and I go to Helping Out Mission. We always try and get with each other, but we always have scheduling conflicts. How important is it for young athletes to kind of understand the philanthropy part about, giving back and not taking all their money and their resources for themselves? Because we're telling them about save your money.
Right.
But, sometimes you have to go in your pocket to build some of these, some of your charities out. But also it's the business's charity as well.
Right.
Because charity is a great way to try and use resources that you raise to help your brothers, and it's exchange of goods and services by money that you've raised, so you can actually help support guys and do things, and then it's also a great write-off, but it makes you feel good too.
Right, for sure, man. Like to me, it's like success is not how high you climb; it's how many people you bring up with you. Yep. Like that's truly success, like what you bring for others. But everybody says they want to be a business owner, right?
Yeah.
So you get a foundation, and what you do. You're supposed to run it like a business. Yeah. It's checks and balancing. It's people you got to watch over. You got to get donors and sponsorship to go in. If you pulling out all of the money in your pocket for the foundation, that's the sign of a bad foundation, right?
Yeah.
Like if you pulling out all of your money month in and month out for your business, how long you think your business is going to last? Right. So what I tell like our young guys is you got foundations because whether somebody just told you wanted to get a foundation because it was the right thing to do, now run your foundation like a business. Now hold people accountable. It's your first taste of being a CEO, a true CEO. Because, they tell every player,
CEO,
you're the CEO of you ain't. Yeah, that's cool. But this is
other
you
people
being
say
a
that.
CEO.
I thought I owned that.
Man, everybody
I didn't make
say
that up. Oh, man,
I heard that from
plagiarized
every
all over the
financial
streets.
advisor. No, but I'm just saying it's a great opportunity first to give back, but it is a great opportunity for you to just wet your toe, like dip your toe into that pool.
It's huge in
Networking, use your resources. Everybody loves you. Like they say, they love you when the jersey is on. But when the jersey comes off, do they know that it's still McClain on the back?
Right.
You know what I mean? They know you still wear that. So you just got to communicate with people and just try to pull as much out of this game before the game take it off from you.
What's one thing you wish? And I'll answer it, too, because I'll ask the question to you and I'll ask it to myself. What's one of the things you wish you had have done more of when you were playing?
I wish I would have done more
Off the field.
Off the field. Let me think.
You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. And since I started doing these financial literacy programs and going around the country, and I started talking to kids, to the players, I'm like, man, why didn't I think of that when I was playing? Why didn't I know who was the head of corporate sponsorship?
Right.
Why wasn't I up in their office talking to them about who's the sponsors in which we do business with? We have corporate sponsorships with. I remember going and one time I was talking to the Pelicans, and their sponsor was Smoothie King. They had no idea. And I'm like, man, Smoothie King, it runs the South.
Right.
Man, if I was a player here, I would have me about 26 Smoothie Kings.
Yeah.
Right? I would make sure that I get some discounts on some of these franchises. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, when I was here, why didn't I go up to the corporate sponsor, whoever's the head of corporate sponsor, talk to them and see, hey, what corporations are you working with that I can tie myself to that works with my brand and works with their brand, so that I can try and get some endorsement dollars.
Right.
Because it ain't always about the national commercials. Man, remember J.O. had that corny commercial where he was dancing, he did the two-step, and it was like an insurance, he was dancing with the cheerleaders. You know what I'm saying? I bet you he's still collecting checks, man. I look at Shaq, he doing the General. General was started off as like a little local place, but Shaq is killing them with things like that. And I wish I had took advantage, man. So did I give you enough time to think?
You gave me enough time because I thought about it because mine's really is like, and for what you said, like I get that, right? But sometimes like people they're not ready to communicate. Like you're not as evolved now as you are. You know what I'm saying? Where you were back then, you're a different man now. So what I think I could have done better was like just a small detail of having a card, right? Like just having my card with my foundation, just being able to hand people that. And that, when I would have evolved, it would have been able to help me evolve that conversation. So mine is really just like a small thing because, like, I like talking to people, but it's sometimes when I was playing, I just didn't want to talk. Like, it just was what it was. You know what I mean? But if I was the man that I am now, I obviously would have – I wanted to be with the CEO of everything. But I just wasn't there yet.
Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Getting comfortable
that's what I always try. I always tell the kids, man. So now, like, you got the foundation – now you're a business owner. You kind of glossed over it, man. But I'm telling you, I've been talking to you for a couple of years because I always wanted to open up a training facility. Hopefully it can be a reality in the next couple of months up in New York.
For sure.
But you've already been there, done that. And what you did is you took a franchise that was based and started in New Jersey and introduced it to a new market.
Yep.
How's that going? And what's next and what's going on with the business there?
Well, the gym is coming along, man. Retro Fitness in Catonsville on Route 40.
No. You look right there when you say that, baby.
Retro Fitness in Catonsville on Route 40.
Come train with the best, baby.
Come train with the best.
He there.
The best
he ain't
trainers
there all the
in the
time.
world. And if you don't pay your bills, my wife going to get you.
No doubt.
She a beast. No, but seriously, man, the gym is coming along well, man. And what I really love about the gym is the culture. Like, just the culture of, like, people changing their lives, wanting to be there, coming in not knowing anybody, and literally now eating dinner at the same table as them in their house. So it's a social
it's a
thing.
networking
So
thing.
it really is great. It really is great to create that. And where we took over, it was a staple in the Baltimore community. It was a staple, but they ended up shutting down. So we said, all right, this is the perfect opportunity to come in here and give the people something that they needed. So I love the gym industry, you know, and I'm looking forward to doing in salons. I'm looking forward to being.
Okay, before you go to salon, man, we
right.
went and had this Jack sitting here, and you're the sophisticated drinker. Like I said, I'm still drinking Mad Dog. What's this right here?
So what is this? So this is Sagamore Pendry, some of the best bourbon in Baltimore or in the world.
Okay, let's take a little shot. You know what I'm saying?
Take a little sip.
I mean,
that's a free plug, Bart.
Yeah, this is
hey,
not a snooty.
Hit me up. Y'all ready?
Okay. Yeah, that's real smooth.
It's smooth. It's simple.
It's
a gentleman's drink.
I know I'm a lightweight, but that's real smooth, man. So now let's continue. Let's
let's
continue and talk. Let's talk a little bit about the new venture. Your wife, Keisha, has started up. It's the hair salon. So you get into the beautify.
Yeah.
So like you won't get their body tight at Retro Fitness,
right.
and now you're gonna get they nap right.
That's how you. I mean, I don't want to say nap at all. But
Nap's a beautiful thing. Look at that, baby.
Man, that's the good hair.
I am my hair. No, this all product, man. This ain't nothing but juice and berries. This all product, man. This is activator. This Soul Glow.
No, so it really is. It's going to be nails, pedicures, manicures, facials. We hope to expand to Botox too, to add a little bit more into it.
But cool
it's really,
sculpting?
yeah, it's really just this. It's a safe haven for women, man. Just an opportunity for them to take care of their body. Like you said, we worked out already, but you got to treat yourself by treating your body the right way, So it's really something that we believe in. And my wife and two of her friends, they're doing a great job with this amazing concept that nobody has really ever seen. And that's what creativity is. That's what I really love about her. She's creative, and they've created something that nobody has seen yet. And we're just hoping to expand that into something special.
Now, speaking of your wife, man, she's an amazing woman. I appreciate her grind, and I appreciate when our significant others kind of hold us accountable.
For sure, because your wife a beast too.
Yeah, to keep us on our toes. My wife's doing the CBD oil company and stuff like that and her products. But also, Keisha has taken the reins as far as real estate and really using the pipeline, because I believe she sold CJ Mosley his.
Sold
CJ his, right? So it's like continuing I would say the theme of like you is that you build relationships and you nurture them, right? Because he felt confident enough that knowing that she was going to do not only what was best for her, but what was best for him as well.
Absolutely.
So kind of speak about your brand and your brand as a power couple, and how keeping your brand and sometimes all money ain't good money, but keeping your brand clean so that people can come back and it feels like you're a trusted member of this community, and how that in turn relates to money, just because people know if you say it, it's so.
Right, man. Well, thanks for that compliment in itself, but like I said in the beginning when we was looking for the advisor, we really try our hardest to be good to people and do the right things the way it's supposed to be done. Like you said, all money isn't good money, and fast money ain't never been my friend. So I would rather have a good relationship than to make a few quick bucks. And I think that's what people know about me and my wife as a reflection. So it is a credibility that it is a benefit that people feel trusted, not only with her, but with my recommendation of her, because they know that she is going to work in her best. She doesn't want to undercut them so she could get more. She's not trying to drive up the price. Yeah. Like, we know what it's like to be in the NFL. We know what it's like for people to have to handle their money for it to be their lifetime. So that's something that it's an amazing feature that we both have, because most people don't have it. Sometimes it's bad we talking business in the bed at 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? But sometimes we having great time too. So it is a great thing, and I appreciate you for recognizing
It's funny when you said that, like you was talking about brand name. I just had Frank Lucas in my head in that movie, man. Like, it's a brand name, like General Mills. When you say McClain, it's a trusted brand. You know what I mean? That's just a credit to it's not just the work you've done this year. It's the work you've done the year before and the year before and the year before. I've been so excited to kind of see the journey in the evolution of you, right? Remember, you were running around here. You and Edgar was running around. Right. Wow. You was out there. You used that pit bull on the field.
At least we wasn't running around wild at least.
No, I'm just saying having fun partying. You wasn't like that pit bull with the pink thing. You wasn't doing that. I'm talking about you were running around. You were wild on the field, man. You was a beast. Right. You was an enforcer, man. And I've always felt that when I see you, I see myself. And
How you think I molded myself? What you thought I came?
See, you trying to make me cry. You ain't gonna make me do it, man. You ain't gonna make me cry, man. It's about money. This ain't about emotion.
People gotta recognize, man. Like when you have greatness in front of you, your only job is to learn from it. Like you do what they've done, do what you did. You know what I'm saying? So that was my job. And if I didn't watch you, and if I didn't become this person, that's my mistake, right? Because I had you doing it in front of me daily. I watched the way you build your brand. I watched the way you transitioned and then you went into TV. I watched the way that you had businesses while you was playing. I heard the conversations that you had. So it's my job to take advantage of the information that you're sharing, whether you're sharing it intentionally or unintentionally. It's my job to keep my ears open so I could become better. So I appreciate you for sharing.
I tell you what, man, we can drink to that and we can close on that one, man.
There we go.
I appreciate your time. Another great episode of Ballin' on the Budget, presented and brought to you by Educore, Sports and Entertainment. Till next time.
Salute.